New tier list for you guys. I just imported all of these images from the finals wiki. So this is the new updated 4.2 tier list for all of the weapons in the finals. So let's get into it. Let's start with the really shitty the stuff that you're just not gonna want to use. Riot shield, trash. Blades, trash. Dagger, niche. Throwing knives, decent. These do pretty good damage. You're gonna have to use them quite a bit to get used to it, but those are going to be decent picks. MGL kind of in the middle. Not gonna see it that much. The XP, it's nerfed, to be honest. It used to be a lot better in season 3. Season 4, it is not outperforming things like the M11. 93R, same thing. It's okay of a pick, but you're gonna have to use it quite a bit to get used to it. Sledgehammer, pretty good pick. The utility on this thing is pretty good. You can get through walls very quickly with this thing. I would recommend it for heavy. You're gonna want to use a mesh though, so you can close that gap. Recurve bow, it's pretty good, but again, a little bit more of a niche weapon. Spear, I don't think I've even seen one spear in season 4. It's not gonna be outperforming any of these other weapons, to be honest with you. The sword, also kind of niche. It's pretty good though. If it's gonna be up there, it's got to be up there with the daggers or the throwing knives. The model, by far, more complaints about this weapon than any other weapon in the game. I mean, since forever, really. Probably with the exception of the XP, but model outperforms everything, hands down. There's no question about it. AK is probably the only other thing that can go up against it, but you're gonna have to keep your distance. Pike as well is still really good. Hipfire is still really good. It's doing a lot of damage, especially at the ranged fights, even in close range. Really, it's doing just so much damage. B9S is up there in A for sure. Still nerfed the rate of fire, but they buffed the damage a little bit. It's still a bit of a DPS drop, but it is doing very well. It does about the same amount of damage as the M11. When it comes to DPS, 357. I'm gonna put that down here. Not a lot of people using it. I just don't see it that much. DL got nerfed. Aren't really gonna be using that much. It's probably B. The self damage got buffed, but it has another shell in the tube, so it's 5 instead of 4 now. So it's doing relatively well. The sniper, don't see many people using it. It's a decent pick, but I just don't think it'll outperform any of these other weapons in any other engagements unless the user is doing very, very good stuff, kind of like the recurve bow. The flamethrower, it's a decent pick. It does pretty good damage, especially when you can just sweep a room and light everybody on fire. Pretty good, but it really depends on the user. Kembos are probably up there in A. The SA-12. Everything else is, these are probably solid S and A tier. These other ones, kind of want to put the SH in with A and the FAMAS because they both do a decent amount of damage. This thing one-shots pretty much everybody with the 2 shells. If you can get close enough, you're one-shotting pretty much everybody. So we'll put that up here. The KS-23, more of a niche weapon. It's okay. It's got the utility to break stuff, kind of like the sledgehammer, but it's way more unforgiving when you miss your shots. 60. We'll put that in B. Yeah, and F car, we could probably put that in A, but I just don't see as many people using it as I do these other weapons. And this could probably be up here. M26, it's by far the worst shotgun in the game. It's pretty decent. Again, this is gonna depend on the user. Could probably be a B tier shotgun. Let's see. These aren't in any particular order, to be honest. These are blanket S, blanket A, blanket B. And the E and D tiers are pretty much self-explanatory. I think that looks pretty good, to be honest with you. You could probably move the shotgun up because of the the DPS behind this thing right now is by far the best DPS for any heavy weapon, but it's pretty much close quarters only. So all three of these have much better range than SA. So yeah, I think that looks pretty damn good. Let me know what you think.